Hello my scrappy friends and a big welcome to my YouTube channel today. It's Melinda Sweetman here with you with my latest share for Cut to You. I'm working with this photo. This is my boys with my husband's side of the family. It's all the cousins. It's one of the photos that we had taken in our photo shoot back in January, and I love this photo. I'm working with this cut file today. It is the Duo Love Banners. Can't remember the exact name, and you can see there that I've backed it with so I'm using Coco Vanilla Studio Collection here. It is the Storyteller Collection, and I've used the A5 paper stack to back that cut file. And then for something a little bit different, I've used glossy accents over the top of the love hearts in that cut file. I ended up doing 3 layers. My first tip for that is work on a sticky mat so that your paper cannot curl up. I found that as it dried, the paper wanted to curl up and wrinkle underneath, and I had much better success with my second and third layers when it was stuck to a cutting mat. So that's my first tip. What I've got here is the basic form of my layout here. I've got my background paper and my cut file and my photo in place. I'm not sure if they're stuck down yet. I don't think they are. I'm just trying to work on a title here, and I'm using the foam phrases from the Storyteller Collection by Coco Vanilla Studio. You can see I'm just bending that back so it's a bit more flat, and I do add weights and lots of wet glue after this is to get this to stick properly. I'm going to use my T-square ruler. You can see I've done black stitching. I've done black stitching on my photo and around the border of my page, and I'm going to do a bit more at the end. Fought with my sewing machine with this one. So you can see I'm really like pushing that down, trying to make sure that that's nice and flat. I'm not one to normally stress too much about things not being wrinkled or waved or anything, but this was just sticking up in a weird place. So like I said, using my T-square ruler, and here I go with the Scotch tacky glue. I just want to make sure that stays nice and flat to the page. I've got some weights on there now, and I'm just working on my title. I decided to go with the So Sweet, and if I thought this is a really sweet photo, but then I thought with our surname being what it is, I was like, that's actually a bit cute. So I'm going to go with that. I do muck around with this a little bit. I struggled with my embellishing a little bit with this one, but I did cut most of it out because it's not super fun to watch. I knew I wanted to use this sticker. It says, love this so much, and it has a rainbow of heart loves. What is not to love? So I'm going to pop that one up on some foam, and this gets moved around about 10,000 times as well. I really like how that looks there. I tried a couple of other stickers from this sheet, but couldn't really go, nothing really went, yep, this goes here. That little banner thing goes up there. I'm going to add that with some foam as well. And then what do I pull out next? The chipboard. So I knew I wanted to use one of these cameras with the dark of the title down there, and you can see I'm moving it, and the darkness of that. Love this so much. I want something that has more of a visual weight up to the top left as well. So you can see I'm moving those around. I like the way that looks there, so that is going to end up there. And now I'm going to go through the ephemera. So I did leave a tiny bit of this in. You can see I'm just digging through, trying a couple of bits as I go. Pile up to the top left is what I'm definitely not using, and then to the right I make 2 layers. One is 2 little piles. One is ephemera pieces that might work, and the other is the couple of florals from this pack. And I only go with the one floral. Spoiler alert. So you can see I'm trying to See if I can get another piece to work here or not. I don't mind that, but I also don't love it. So I'm just playing with a few bits and pieces here. Thought I could layer something up over the top of that camera, but I didn't like the way that it looked. Like I said, I did struggle with this one a little bit. Don't like the gap between there, but I don't like the way that the banner at the left hand side sits. So I'm going to move on to something else. I'm going to stick my title down. I did try to do it this way so that I didn't bend this thing out of shape, but I just end up pulling the whole backing off and stick that down. Because these are foam, they are quite flexible. So if you are playing with them yourself, just be aware of that. They are super fun though, I love them. So you can see I'm just manipulating that back into the right shape. Move that just to see how it looked, and I didn't like it, so I put it back. I'm just going to add the so in here. I should have started with the O, but that's okay. Don't like the way it's all jumbled up, like all squished up there, so I'm going to move it over a little bit. Sorry for my head in the way. And I much prefer how that looks. I was like, yep, this is definitely going here. I really like it. So I'm going to stick what I have decided on down, and out comes a T-square ruler again. Have you ever seen me use it so much in a video? Ever? I must be channeling my inner Gwen. So this cut file is super fun. I cut it a little while ago thinking that I wanted to use it. I wasn't sure what I was going to use it on, so I just had it sitting on my desk, and I finally got it onto a page. A few of the design team have actually used this cut file before, but I wanted to do something that was maybe a little bit different, and I really like how I've added that. It's just like an extra dimension, a different look to it. Super fun. My second tip with using the glossy accents is go slowly. I tried to rush it a little bit, which didn't help. That was only with the first layer. I learnt my lesson real quick. But go slowly and work with a pin or something to get any air bubbles out as you go. I did leave each layer for quite a while to dry. Like I left the first layer overnight, then the second layer I left, like I did it in the morning and then had a day at work or something, and then I can't remember how long I left the third layer to dry for, but obviously a while because it's dry. And I love that I can bend the paper and it doesn't crack at all, which is cool. And then almost my final touches is these enamel shapes. I love them. While I was adding these, I wanted to make sure I got some more of that red around the page because it's quite a bold pop of colour, but I didn't want it to kind of look like, wow, look at this random red heart all by itself. So I end up adding, I think, 3 enamel hearts down the bottom, 3 enamel hearts up the top, and then 3 of the enamel dots as well. Then my final touch is going to be some black splatters. When I stick down I don't know if you can see it there, but that little banner up the top that says Precious Moment, I just covered up the S because I didn't like the way, like I said, the banner was sitting on the left hand side. So that is all of my process done now. I'm just adding my splatters. I'm going to go back in with a baby wipe and wipe it off of the enamel shapes and also my glossy accented hearts because I didn't want the splatters on top there, and that is going to call my page done. I hope that you have enjoyed my share today. Like I said, I really like that I have done something different with this. It's pretty traditionally black backed, but to add that glossy accents on top was something a little bit different. Here's my close-ups. I'm going to leave you some more close-ups at the end. There's not a ton this time, but there is a few there. So if you have any questions, please make sure you drop them below. As always, thank you ever so much for choosing to spend your scrappy time with me. I really do appreciate it. And I would love it if you don't already subscribe, for you to hit that subscribe button and leave me a like, a comment. Oh, I also add a little bit of extra black stitching to the top layers there. Have a fantastic scrappy day, my friends, and I'll see you in my next process video.